Hi Libra, this is your reading for September 2021. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is collective reading. If you want something a little more specific, email me and we'll do a personal reading. So I'm going to get right into it. Your energy right now is the Wheel of Fortune. You have a pretty strange reading this month, I'm not going to lie. So the Wheel of Fortune means big changes, big changes. And there's an element of control and not non-control, because you can't stop the changes that are coming, the big changes that are happening. The wheel is already spinning, but you do have some control over whether it's positive or negative. Anytime you're resisting a change, it's going to manifest in a negative way. So when you're going with it, it'll be more positive. But you got some kind of crazy stuff. Because in your past card, I have the Queen of Swords. And then I use signifiers for court cards. So I pulled the Queen of Diamonds. So I feel like in your recent past, you made a decision based on like money and managing your money. And then that's what led up to the change that's happening right now. And then the energy that's mirroring your energy right now, above and below, conscious, subconscious, kind of what's comprising it of what you're aware of and what's kind of playing on the tapes of your subconscious. Below, kind of subconscious, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not aware of it, but it's something that is a repetitive thought that you're having. And you have the Hanged Man, and again, this is a major arcana card, so it's a big deal. Represents something big in your psyche. And I feel like you feel a little bit stuck. Maybe just stagnant. And also, I think that this card represents needing to look at things from a different perspective, which Einstein says you can't solve the problem in the energy that created it, which it's almost like a double-edged sword, because it's like, how do you get out of that energy if you don't really know anything else? Sometimes it's like you can't even see far enough to understand a new energy to get out of. But what is above, what's consciously happening, is I feel like you have lack of long-term planning, like lack of like putting in the details of what you're actually going to do. So you have big change coming, but you're not like really sitting down to figure out like the logistics. I feel like you made a big decision. You made a very calculated decision based on managing your money. But then you made that decision and big change is happening because of it. But then you haven't taken another step to implement the change and kind of decide what you're going to do next now. Because I feel like you've closed a door, but then you didn't open another one. So you're just kind of stuck in the hallway of life. I don't know if that's a new thing. That the hallway of life means that you've already left one part of your life, but you haven't stepped into the new part yet. Because again, like in your challenge card, I'm using the Thoth deck, and I got the the uncursible hexagram. I don't know exactly how to say this. This is a really crazy ass card, and like Aleister Crowley put this in. And this is like the merging of man and God, the merging of masculine and feminine. It's like the coming together of all things, the alchemy, like the 4 elements. It's like everything. But so I always pull signifiers on this, and I got 2 cards. I got the Ace of Diamonds and the 7 of Clubs. And I know these cards pretty well. But this, to me, this symbolizes a new venture, a new project making money. And then the 7 of Clubs represents spirituality and merging that with making money. So your challenge is taking what you love looking at it from a spiritual level, not just a monetary level, not just like capitalism, or you don't want to be on the opposite end that's like, I don't need money, I just want to do what I love. Like, you need to merge both of them. You have to have that entrepreneurial spirit that is calculated, and direct, and what's the word, purposeful. And you have to mix it with like your love for what you're doing and a higher spiritual purpose, and then you're going to get that money. So this is like the merging of masculine and feminine, the dualities, like the hardcore money making capitalist meets the raggedy clothes spiritual guru that begs for food on the street, the Buddha type. So this is like a merging of both of those because they need to go together. I'm surprised that the Chariot isn't out. But so your near future, again, you have the World card or the Universe card in this deck. And this is the completion of a cycle. Like, I feel like you have like made a decision, like maybe you like did a Jerry Maguire move where you just like freaked out on in your office or something. Or I just feel like you made a move that shut a door, but now you didn't think it through of what you're going to do in the future. And you're feeling stuck, you're feeling worried, and there's a chapter that's closed and you don't have anywhere to go. So that's the energy I'm getting, because this is like how you're seeing yourself. This is what you feel about yourself. You have the High Priestess, again, another major arcana card, which is just crazy. I mean, you really have a lot of major arcana cards. So you're going through a big change. This is a big thing. The High Priestess or the Priestess is all about following your intuition and mystical things maybe of the occult nature, secrecy. I mean, basically, the energy I get of the Priestess is somebody that observes and listens and uses their intuition to decipher the situation. She doesn't question. She doesn't tell other people what's going on. She keeps things to herself. She keeps that shit under lock and key. And she's really powerful. She's really powerful. She's really intuitive. And again, I'm saying she, but it's an energy that is encompassing. Like, you're really powerful. You're really intuitive. You observe. You're Simon Sinek, that's how you say his last name. He said once in an interview I saw of him, the most powerful position in the room is the person that speaks last. And I agree with him. And it's very difficult to do. It takes a lot of willpower and restraint, but I feel like that's where you need to be, because you'll let people will talk themselves, they'll dig their own grave if you're just quiet. And then you kind of like take in the information of the environment and really trust your intuition, because it's a psychic card. So it's like, trust your intuition when you're not getting all the information verbally. So your environment card is the Two of Wands. And this is like, okay, it's time to take action on whatever creative venture that you need to take action on, because I feel like, again, you're in this holding place, this holding cell, this holding pattern where you need to get out of, because you need to find a door. You need to find the next door that you're going through, because you can't just wait in the hallway of life. That's what I'm saying. But that's where you're at. You're just kind of in limbo, and it's stressing you out quite a bit, because you have the Five of Pentacles. This is like, I mean, in the Thoth deck, he puts worry on the card. So you're worried, you're freaking out. And then this literally means financial loss. And it's saying, like, this is kind of like your advice card. Like, you need to do it, because if you don't take action, you're going to face financial loss. You're going to be completely worried. You're going to be freaking out. And then like your outcome card is the Seven of Wands, which this is a card of feeling like you need to defend yourself. And I feel like you might feel a little bit like defensive about the decision you made. Because people could be saying like, well, why did you do that? Why did you just so impulsively quit? You know, and I do feel like your decision was kind of impulsive. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with making impulsive decisions. And sometimes, like, they're necessary. They get you to do things, and maybe you would never have done it if you weren't triggered in some way. And again, it was meant to happen. And the reason it was meant to happen is because it did happen. So, I mean, it's as simple as that. So, even if it's completely out of character, which I kind of feel like it was, this decision, now you're feeling like you have to defend it to everyone because everybody's questioning you and they're questioning your sanity or questioning, like, I can't believe they did this. And you feel like people are talking about you and you're just, now you're like, oh shit, you know, did I really fuck up? Did I really make a really bad decision? And you're feeling like you gotta defend yourself. And I think that you should on this one. I think this is one of the cards that say, step up, go to bat for yourself. Like, you're the only one that's going to, and you should defend your position. Like, it's your life and you don't owe anyone an apology for it. Done. Okay, but then I pulled some clarity cards, and I had to pull a bunch because none of them were answering my questions. I have the Ace of Spades, the Six of Spades, and the King of Clubs. So all of these cards to me are really saying, like, to buckle down. Like, and they are saying that you're going to make sacrifices. You're going to make sacrifices for people that you love. You're going to make sacrifices for what you're going to plug your energy into. And then the King of Clubs. And this is like making sacrifices, a lot of sacrifices for your job, for your creativity, for your work. Like, Clubs is all about working, being busy, being creative, learning. And the King is like having dominion over it. It's like being the master. But you're going to give up a lot. You're going to give up a lot of time, money, energy. And you need to do that. It's going to work out, but you got to buckle down and get it done. But it's going to work out. I'm going to pull another clarity card for you. Okay. So you have the Five of Wands. So strife. And this is just kind of like it's just some chaos and bickering and kind of back and forth with other people. But it's not like huge chaos. And sometimes this is good because you learn how to deal with people. You learn how to deal with people when things are not going right. I'm pulling another one. Okay, Four of Wands. Completion. I love this card. This is a good card to end on. This card is about, I mean, they call this card the marriage card sometimes, but it's got Aries and freaking Venus. This is like loving what you do, having energy, having motivation, having drive. And this is saying the beginnings of something stable, like you're building something stable that is intended to last long term. That's why it's called the marriage card. It's like, it's the beginning, and it's a stable relationship. It's four strong pillars, but it's still, but it's just getting constructed, but you're planning on having this long term. So that's how you need to go about your creative ventures, your job. I really feel like this is you made the right decision. Libras, you guys, and I pulled this clarity card for my King Solomon deck, and this is all about being sexually attracted to somebody, being sexually attractive, and just kind of, using your sexual attractiveness to get situations that you want. And Libras, you guys are well known of being the most attractive sign in the zodiac, and you're very charming and you're very popular. So I think it's saying, don't be afraid to use your charms. I mean, I'm not telling you to prostitute yourself, trust me, which that could have sounded bad. But I'm saying use your charms. Like, pull it out. I mean, you guys can pull out those charms and be like, use it to network, use it to ask around. I really feel like all you need to do is really defend where you're coming from and just really meditate on what you want to do and just start doing it. Small, steady steps, and you're gonna get there. You made the right decision. Defend it, and you don't owe anybody an apology for your life. Because I do general readings, and I just read what the cards say. Sometimes it's got to do with love, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end, I like to pull just do a really quick segment, how they feel about you, and I do Aries through Pisces. So whoever you're dealing with, you're going to get an answer, how they're feeling about you. Oh my God, I just did something bad. I'm shuffling the cards and I just shuffled the deck wrong. But I saved it so I don't have to redo it. Okay, so I'm going to do how they feel about you. Aries through Pisces. So I'm going to do a little shuffle. So yeah, I think that you absolutely made the right decision. You are going to build something that is strong and stable and steady, and you're going to really like it. But stick, as it says, stick with something that you love. I mean, and then find a way to monetize that, because it's absolutely there. There's an audience for everything, and don't think just because you don't understand how to monetize it that it cannot be monetized. And I think that you do not always see the skills that you have as valuable or marketable, but they are. And if you can't see it, ask around, do some research. But I promise you, Libra, your skills are valuable even if you don't see it. Okay, so how they feel about you. Aries through Pisces. Okie dokie. Man, I really can't believe it. Messed those cards up so much. All right, Aries through Pisces, how they feel about you. Okie dokie, shuffle one more time. And I like to use the playing cards. And they definitely mean different than tarot does. All right, if you're dealing with an Aries, 6 of Clubs, they feel really stable and really promising about your relationship, and they want to move forward. If you are dealing with a Taurus, the Queen of Clubs, so they want to manage your relationship, and they're also really plugged into their work. So if you can support them in their work, the relationship is going to work, and they'll feel happy about it. If you are dealing with a Gemini, a Jack of Clubs, they are kind of playing the field. I don't know if they're wanting to make a commitment, but they do want to see you. I just don't think they're going to be real committed. It's more of loose and casual. If you're dealing with a Cancer, 7 of Clubs, they're really spiritual right now, and they're going through some changes. I'm not saying that you can't go with them, but I think you're gonna have to wait and see. If you're dealing with a Leo, they really, really love you, and they want to give to you unconditionally, and they see you as their forever person. If you are dealing with a Virgo, 3 of Hearts, I feel like they might be dating someone else or have other options. They do like you, but I don't think you're their only option. If you are dealing with a Libra, this person is powerful, they're successful, and they want to be committed to you. If you are dealing with a Scorpio, Ace of Diamonds, they're starting something new, and they're really into their business. I don't know if they're really dedicated to a relationship right now, but they do like you, but they might not be really committed right now. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they are they're going through a lot of changes, a lot of transition right now, and it might not be the best time to be in a relationship with them. Just maybe support them as much as you can, but I don't think you're going to get a commitment from them right now. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, 6 of Spades, they're really secure with themselves. I think they're maybe trying to work on themselves a little bit, so they might not be really the best person to commit either. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, they really like you, they want a future with you, and they want to progress forward. If you are dealing with a Pisces, they are starting a new business, starting something new creatively. They might not be the best to commit right now either, but they like you, but they have other things happening too, and they might not prioritize you. So I hope that helped, and I will see you in October.